Hey, good morning, guys. Tyson here. Just out checking on some cows, which, if you haven't had the opportunity to watch a little baby cow just kind of jump and run along, is always fun. It's always nice to see them moving around, especially when it's snowing. April Fools, I guess. We thought we were in spring. Utah weather, right? Uh, One of the things that I've been thinking about a lot, um, and was more clearly emphasized yesterday was I worked with a couple of our horse riding students. They're in our training program, so they're learning how to train horses. Um, and so, as you can imagine, we're a little more particular on the things that they do and making sure that they're being as clear as possible in their communication. And like I said, I worked with a couple of different students yesterday, and you could tell that they were doing everything they could to be nice to these animals. Um, and I was trying to help them understand that the definition that they had of nice was actually not nice, um, because they weren't being clear. They weren't drawing a line in the sand saying, "This is what I need you to do." Uh, to these horses. So I was trying to figure out a way to communicate that clearly, and I came across a video by Alex Harmozy. Um, he talks about a principle that they have in their company, and that principle is to be kind, not nice. To be kind, not nice. When it comes to horses, it is kind to be clear as early as possible when you come into that horse's life so they know the expectations. It is not kind to say, well, it's fine today, or we'll keep working on it later, or it's okay that they got away with it this time, because that's unclear, right? And so, how do we liken that to most people's lives today? You may know someone, or maybe this has happened to you. It's happened to me before in the tech industry where I was hired for a job. When they hired me, they knew I was a little underprepared for that role, but they expected that I could grow into that role. Totally great. Big thank you to that company for doing that and having trust in me. The thing that was unkind but was quote unquote nice was that in my meetings with my manager, I would constantly ask what else I needed to do, what else I could help with, those types of things. And the answer I got back 9 times out of 10 was, "You're doing great. It's fine. You're doing great." Well, that went on for a while, and I was picking up slack where I could see that I could pick up slack. But what happened is all of a sudden I got a phone call on a Friday at 5:45 p.m. It was a mandatory, like, 5-minute phone call with HR, and I got let go. And the communication was that I was not living up to the role I was hired to. And I asked the question, I said, what is it that I was asked to do that I have not done? And they had no documentation, right? This is, we could get into a longer conversation. But essentially, my manager was being nice, but not kind. They're being nice and avoiding hard conversations, but they weren't kind in saying, look, Tyson, you're missing these things and you've got to fix this. This is the expectation. This is what we do a lot of times in our lives, is that we're nice, but not kind. So I challenge you to be kind. Look for ways you can be kind and help people grow. Not mean, but kind and help them grow. Have a great day.